Hello, Too Cool team. It is time for Ask Angie live question and answer segment for this week. And I did get a few questions. Thank you so much. I didn't have anything specific to talk about, but I did get some questions from some of our team members. So thank you. I appreciate it. I love answering questions that you have and talking about topics, training on topics that you want to talk about. This is all about you. It is team driven, and if I don't have anything to say or have anything to respond to from you guys, I always have something to say. I'll figure out something to talk about in some kind of training, but I love when you let me know what you want to hear about, because that is how you get help. That's how you get some extra support, and I love to give it. So let's get started today. First of all, let's talk about the holiday catalog. Did you guys see the PDF online? If you have not, what are you waiting for? There's a brand new holiday catalog online right now. You just need to go under, let's see, what is it called? Happening Now. Go under the Happening Now tab and then catalogs, and there's a link there to a PDF and you can see it. It's 64 pages of holiday goodness and so many new stamp sets, so many new tools, lots of new punches. We haven't really had a lot of new punches coming our way, so there's lots of new punches. That's exciting. Just tons of embellishments and beautiful papers and really cool stamp sets. You need to check it out if you have not, and get your pen and paper out, or however you keep track of your wish list, because you're going to definitely want to keep track of which items you want to order on August 1st. That's our pre-order day, so don't forget. And also, just as a reminder, and I like to do this every time, if you want your own copy, your complimentary copy of your catalog, you definitely need to place a pre-order between August 1st and August 11th. That's when they're going to stick one of those puppies right in your shipment, and you'll get it in your hands the quickest. So place your pre-order early before August 11th, and you'll get that copy in your hands. Now, you can also, starting August 1st, you'll be able to order 8 packs of the holiday catalog. I don't think they have that information out yet, but usually they're not much money for just an 8-pack, and that's another way to get the copy of the catalog in your hands. Obviously, you're going to get a complimentary one if you order early, but you can always order those 8 packs. If you don't, you will get a complimentary copy. It's just going to be way later than you're not going to want to wait. So I talk about this every time because I hate it when people come to me the middle of the month and say, why haven't I gotten my catalog? Order early. Order early. That's one of the perks, one of the incentives to place your pre-order early. So get your wish list ready right now. We have plenty of time. We have a full week to prepare what we're going to spend our money on. Remember, you don't have to buy everything all at once. We have several months with this catalog, and so you can just pick some things that you want to, that you love, 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 and can't wait to get your hands on, and also things that you have a purpose for, things that you're going to be featuring in a class, things that you know you're going to use for a specific project. So you don't just buy everything. Buy what you need, what you know that you can sell, and go from there. Okay, so that is our holiday catalog. I did have a couple other things I don't think I mentioned on the weekly updates that I'll just mention really quickly. They did change the limits a little bit on the pre-order. So like in the past, the non-consumable items like stamp sets and dies, any kind of tools, those things are always a limit of 1. They still are this year. But the consumable limit used to be 3, now it's 2. So I think that they're doing that kind of as a preventative back order issue type of thing. So they can kind of gauge what's going to be moving really quickly and not run out nearly as fast. So 2 of each of the consumable items are limits there. Project kits limited to 1 each. And also, don't forget, we have the starter kit promotion that is continuing into August, and new demonstrators who purchase a starter kit can put the pre-order items on their starter kit order. So that is a really awesome incentive, an awesome perk for getting that starter kit in August. They can start ordering right away, right with that starter kit from the holiday catalog. So that is really exciting. And then, let's see, it seems like I had one more thing. Just a reminder that as you get your new products in, as you are making projects with the holiday catalog during this pre-order time, you're welcome to share that online. You can take pictures, you can share it in an email or Facebook or anything like that. What you can't share is anything from inside the catalog. You can share the cover, but you can't open up those pages and actually show the pages on a Facebook Live, for instance, or in a still shot. None of that is allowed to be shown until after the catalog goes live on September 4th. So that's really good to know. Okay, let's get to some of our questions. I see Marsha's watching. Hello. Thanks for being our lone person here on our live this afternoon. I appreciate you spending time. So we had a question about, let's see, Jody had asked us, where do we find the card supplies for the samples that are in our annual catalog? We didn't have these for a while, and now they're back, and I'm so, so glad. So as you're flipping through the catalog and you see a project that you really love and you want to make it yourself, or maybe you're just like, how did they get that background on there? I wonder what color that is or what pattern that is. They have an awesome resource right online in our demonstrator website that lists all the supplies made for every sample in the catalog. So you just want to go to, it's been put in different places. So right now it's currently available in the Print Lab. So if you go under Business Resources and then click on Print Lab and then Products, just kind of scroll down, there's a little section that's labeled Products, and under that is a link to a PDF, and it's called the 2019 to 2020 Annual Catalog Sample Supply List. It's a big long name, but it's right there at the top, and it has just a table of, here's a great big picture. It's really nice because you get a nice picture that's more up close than what you might see in the catalog as well. So you get a nice picture as well as all of the supplies. And I think it includes even adhesives used, everything. It's a full supply list. So you'll get an idea of what stamp sets were used. If you can't figure out where did that sentiment come from, it's going to tell you that. It's going to tell you colors. It's going to tell you, any tools that were used, everything. So fabulous resource. Use the projects that are given to us in the catalog. That's a great resource for casing. And just as a reminder, I've had lots of people say, what's casing? I keep forgetting. We have people here who don't know what that means. And if you don't know something and I'm talking about something, please ask, because I forget sometimes that we need to explain. But casing stands for copy and share everything, which just means copy this sample. So when you're looking through the annual catalog and you see some project that you like, case it, copy it, and share it in your classes. Share it on Facebook, share it in a video. That is the whole idea, and it's a philosophy that it's really prevalent throughout the whole stamping community. So it's always great to case something, always with credit if you happen to know who created it. That's always good to give credit to the original creator as well. So thank you so much for that question, Jody. Let's see. Also, we had a question about pending, and this is particularly timely because remember, we only have until July 31st if you are in pending or if you have a team member in pending to rectify that shortfall. So we have a lot of team members that are in pending. I'm so sad because we're really gonna, we have had a few people that have went in and placed some orders, but we're gonna have nearly a third of our full team. We have about 99 people on our team, just shy of 100. But that's gonna be cut down significantly if we don't have some of our pending team members place orders to stay active. So I encourage you to continue to be a part of the Too Cool Stamping team. We really want you here, and we want you to be able to have fun. If you drop now, you're not going to get to have fun with that holiday catalog pre-order. And take a look at it right now. See what you're going to be missing and all the fun that we're going to be having with those orders right away on August 1st. So you don't want to miss that. Please do what you can to get out of pending. And if you want to get out of pending, but you're not quite sure how to get it done, there's still a little bit of time to do it. I have some great ideas. I'm sure your upline has some ideas for how you can get out of pending. The question that I had, number one, what is pending? I did contact some of my team members and let them know, and I know that Stampin' Up! Just last week had an email go out to all of the team members who are in pending. And so I've gotten several questions from these newer recruits. They're people who came to us during Celebration that are like, okay, what's pending? What does that mean? That's a really good question, and you really need to know about it because it definitely changes your status as a demonstrator, and we don't want you to lose your active status. So for those of you who don't know, just a really quick overview of what pending is. Every quarter, as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you need to have $300 in sales in order to remain active. Those sales can come in the form of your own personal sales or a combination of your personal sales and other people's sales, people buying from you. So $300 total. It can come at any part in that quarter, but you need to have $300 in sales in that quarter. Now, if you signed up during Celebration, you might be wondering, well, okay, why am I clear into the second quarter and this is just showing up now? It starts with the first full quarter that you're a demonstrator. So if you signed up in the first quarter, you were in the middle of that quarter. So that one didn't count. It was kind of a grace period to get you used to the Stampin' Up! World. And your first full quarter was when it really counted. So that's where we ended up June 30th. So if you did not meet your $300 in sales by June 30th, then in July, right now, you are currently labeled as pending, which just means that you have a 1-month grace period to rectify any shortfall that you didn't get done in last quarter. So for example, if you have $50 needed, you only got $250 in sales, you have $50 to go to meet last month's minimum, you're going to have $50 that you need to submit before the end of the pending month of July in order to remain active. Now, it also is something to keep in mind that every quarter you need to have your own $300 in sales for that quarter. So while you're in pending, you need to rectify the shortfall from the previous quarter. You also need to keep in mind that you'll need $300 for the current quarter in order to remain active for the next quarter. So right now we're in the middle of third quarter, July, August, September. So you need to have $300 in additional sales, additional to your shortfall that you're rectifying. So in my example, if you had $50 you needed to order to stay active, you'll need $350 total for this quarter. $50 to stay active by July 31st, and then a total of $300 additional to remain active that you'll need by September 30th. If you don't hit it in September 30th at the end of the quarter, again, you'll have 1 month of pending in October. So it's just kind of a rolling thing quarter to quarter. Now, like I said, we want you to remain active. This is when Stampin' Up! Really gets exciting during the holiday time. It's my favorite time of year as far as stamping goes because the holidays, that's when people who don't normally stamp, who aren't normally creative, maybe throughout the year, that's when they become creative. Maybe they want to make some handmade Christmas cards. Maybe they want to make some little tags for their packaging, or they want to give out hand-baked goodies and they want to package them nicely for the holidays. Maybe they're in craft fairs and they like to make little projects that way and they're going to need some extra supplies. This is a really awesome time. It's actually, for me, it's busier than Celebration. Celebration's a great time to buy Stampin' Up! Holiday time is a great time to use Stampin' Up! So it's also a great time to buy. So it's a great time of year. It's always my favorite. It's always the most busy and the most productive and successful time of my stamping year. And I don't want you to miss out. So you definitely want to do what you can to remain an active member. Get those shortfalls rectified, place that order. If you can't do it all yourself, that's okay. We don't expect you to do it all yourself. See if you can sell some kits. See if you can, just contact any of your creative friends and say, hey, I need to get some sales to remain active. I really want to continue this. And, ask if they need any cardstock, any adhesive, if they want to purchase some kits. Kits are great Christmas presents and birthday presents for teenagers and grandkids. So there's lots of things you can do to just add some orders. If you, like I said earlier, if you need some ideas, I can talk to you about your current situation. We have about a week to go. And if you're willing to, I can give you some ideas on how you can get some sales to remain active. So I wanted to make sure that we went over all of that, what pending was. Now, how do you find out whether you're in pending or how much you need as far as getting yourself out of pending? Well, that's really simple. All you need to do is go onto our demonstrator website. At the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little box that's called Quick Stats. And you can look on there, and it says right on that list, amount needed by July 31st to remain active. And that's going to tell you exactly what you need. So when it says you need $50 or $62 or whatever you need, you're short this amount, that's the amount you need by the end of the month. If you have any questions about that, ask me, ask your upline. You can even call demonstrator support 1-800-STAMP-UP, and they are always happy to help you. So that's where you can look for your pending amount. Go to the Quick Stats box. There's also, right at the top of that box is a link that says My Reports. So if you want a more detailed look at your sales and what you've done this quarter, what you've done since you started your Stampin' Up! Career, how close you are to promoting to the next title, all those kinds of details can be found when you click on the My Reports link that's right there by the My Quick Stats box. So that is a good thing to know about and a good resource to have. Let's see. So that kind of answered one of the questions that I had from Priscilla. She had asked if the CSV shows that you're short a particular amount, is that all that you need in order to rectify your shortfall? And the quick answer to that is yes. Remember, I always forget what CSV means. I mean, I cannot remember that for the life of me, but CSV is the common unit of measure that Stampin' Up! Uses to make our money a global, consistent unit of measure. I never remember what it is because I don't need to know that information. And what it means essentially is, or what it equals to is $1. Our CSV ratio is 1-to-1 with $1. So CSV means dollars in the United States. So CSV, if it shows that you need $50 CSV, you need $50 in sales by the end of July. Okay. Let's see. Priscilla also had another question, and that was concerning host codes and bonus coupons. So have you guys been checking out the bonus coupons? Have you, when you're placing an order, have you been making sure that you round up, you get up to that $50 amount so you can get your $5 bonus coupon that you can redeem next month? You can redeem it on holiday catalog items. Just saying. It's a good thing to have. So she was asking specifically, well, first of all, first part of the question, if you order with a host code, when does it ship? So if you have set up a workshop, you've generated a host code, and then you give that host code out, or you're using that host code to order before you close out the original order. So the whole idea of a host code, not to get too detailed in it because I know it can be very complicated, but just as a review real quick, a host code, you set it up, and it's a way that people can place orders with you in order to add to the sales so that your sales will generate more Stampin' Rewards dollars. So if you had, for example, if you're hosting a party and you have a host code and you have a friend out in California who wants to help add sales to your party, she can order online, use the host code, and those sales from that order will be attached to your order. So that's going to continue to raise your order total and help you qualify for higher Stamp and Rewards dollars. So what Priscilla is asking is, let's say that person in California wants to place an order with that host code. When does that order ship? And it ships as soon as she submits that order. So essentially, when you have all these host codes coming in from all these different orders, your original order is going to stay open during all of that time. So it can be accepting all of these orders from all over the place. The original order, you'll close that out last. After all the other host code orders have come in, you'll close that last. And when that one closes, that's when that one will ship, or whatever is on that particular order. You can add things yourself. You can have other local people who attended the workshop. They can place orders on that original order. But anyone out here that has submitted, you could have one submit on this day, and two days later another one submits, and a week later another one submits, and then 3 weeks later you're closing out the original order. But as each of these satellite little orders are placed, they all are shipping whenever they're placed, whenever they're submitted. So that's one thing that's really nice. It's actually a nice perk if you had someone even locally that, oh, I want to help you with your workshop. I'm not going to be able to attend, but I really need some cardstock right away. So use a host code, order it right away. You get your cardstock right away, and the event that's 3 weeks later still gets to reap the benefits of your order and help that total grow so the host can get higher Stamp and Rewards dollars. So that is a really awesome thing. So yes, that all ships immediately if you use the host code. The second part of her question had to do with bonus coupons. So again, as a person uses a host code, whatever they are ordering on their particular order is going to earn bonus coupons if they get up to that $50 amount. If they get up to 50, they earn one bonus coupon for $5. They get to 100, they earn two. How does that work with the original order? So let's say, this person places an order today and they're going to get a bonus coupon on theirs. And all these people who are placing it, as long as they're placing it before the end of the month when the promotion is over, July 31st is the last day. As long as they're placing that order and submitting the order before the end of day, July 31st, they will be able to take advantage of that bonus coupon promotion. So that's another thing. Even though your event might be, sometime in August, if they want to take advantage of those bonus coupons, they need to submit the order with a host code and get that order in before the end of the month and not wait for that event. So that is one thing to keep in mind, another perk of being able to use those host codes. So alternatively, when you get to that original order, when it's closing out sometime in August, that's going to be after the bonus coupons promotion has already ended. So you might have some customers there at the workshop who they may know about it, they may want to earn a bonus coupon, they may submit their order to you, but you don't want to put it on that original order if it's going to close after July 31st. Because it doesn't matter when you enter the order as far as putting it in your order, it matters when you submit the order. And once you hit that submit button, whatever day that is, that's the day that it matters for whatever promotions are happening. So if you don't want to miss a promotion, get it in as a host code order and attach it to that original order by host code, but don't wait on that original order. So hopefully that makes sense to you, Priscilla, and anyone else who has questions about that. I know we've talked about host codes several times, and I know that they're so confusing. They're really not. Once you get the concept of how they work and why they were made, it's some of the logistics are a little weird, but it's really a pretty easy thing. If you have more questions about that, specific questions about host codes, I'm happy to go over that. We can go over them again and again and again because I know that it gets confusing. So just let me know what your specific questions are. You can also go back to our other Ask Angie topics. If you go back to the Ask Angie page, as you're going into our team page on the right-hand side, I believe, at the very top of that column, there's Ask Angie. There's an Ask Angie topic link or something, and it'll bring you to the page with all of the past Ask Angie videos. And I always list what topics we've covered. So you can do a search, just do Control F and type in host code, and that will hopefully find, it'll search and find the topic, and you can just click on that video, because I know that I've done a lot more extensive host code videos. I even did one where we actually walked through on the computer how to generate a host code, where you apply the host code when you're going in to place an order, how do you place an order for a customer and use the host code, all of those little logistic things that get really confusing. There's videos on that as well. So use that resource. The Ask Angie videos are a great resource library of training. If you have a topic that you want to know about, try searching in there and see if we have talked about it in the past. A lot of times that can help you out. Of course, you can ask me. Of course, we can talk about it on future Ask Angies, but that's definitely a good resource to try if you're trying to figure things out. Okay, let's see. I think I've covered all of the questions that I had people ask me. Let's see who's on here. I see Sharon. Good to see you, Sharon. And Lisa's here. Hello, ladies. I loved seeing you here live. Thank you for spending some time with me. So I'm out of questions, but I do have, I thought I might run a little short today since I didn't have a whole lot of questions. And I thought maybe you might want to see a few of my swap cards that I got from Greece. I didn't go to Greece, but my swap cards did. And so I got swap cards from other trip achievers, and they really were pretty fantastic. So I thought maybe it would be fun to show you a few of these cards. I'm sure I'll have some of them on my blog and show you details of how they're made and all sorts of things, but I wanted to just show, because some of them are amazing. This one, Sail Away. I don't know who this is actually. I'm not sure who it is. Some of these are international demos. Oh, hopefully we won't have the lighting hit it. This one has vellum with the, I can't remember what it's called, that embossing folder that has the waves. And so you can see the stamped seagulls behind it. Sorry, I had someone just call me. I forgot to shut off my calling. So I don't even know what that does to a video, but it stops the video from my end. So anyway, decline that call. But anyway, so I don't know if you can, I should have took them out of the little packaging, but really pretty. I love the detail here. I just loved the way that embossing folder looked. Kind of gives it a stormy look. This one I love. And I can't remember the stamp set. Does it say? This is by Jenny McCormick from the UK. I can't remember what stamp set that is. But anyway, she made a wreath out of all of the flowers. And you can do that using the Stamparatus. And I need to remember how to do that because I kind of forget. I'm gonna look at some videos and figure out how to do that because I forget, but it's so fun to make a whole wreath out of something. So look at this one. This one has amazing detail. It's by Elaine Pelletier. I don't know how to say her last name. Pelletier. And I just love all of that awesome detail. She's got sponging happening, the scripty embossing folder. She uses the pretty washi tape petals up here that create the flower. And I should have taken them all out of the cellophane so you could see them a little better, but I love that one. I absolutely love, I wish I could remember the names of these stamp sets. This vintagey, I can't remember what it's called. Very vintage? No. Something vintage. This is by Barbara Meyer, but I just thought it was simple, but it was kind of fun. Has a little bit of silver accents in there, uses some ribbon, all in that pretty peacock. I forgot to flip my camera around, so everything's backwards. I'm sorry about that. And then another one that kind of has a similar look to it. It has that mosaic background, and it also has that scripty stuff. Yeah, if I had the stamp names, it'd be great. But anyway, so cute. This is just black and silver. Silver embossed, stamped with stays on silver. Fun. Here's a really pretty one with the pressed petals. Just kind of simple. Use that, has that pretty rose gold ribbon, Rococo rose ribbon. Let's see. Ooh, this one's pretty with the stitched nested dies. And so it has a little window, kind of. So you can see the sailboat in the back and the lighthouse in the front. And I don't know who did that. A lot of people put their names on the inside, so I don't know who did them. Let's see. Here's another one that's beautiful from the Sail Away. Look at all the detail in there. Really pretty. This one, very simple. It kind of has an aquatic feel to it. Uses the scripty background. I don't know if you can even see that very well, but I love how they use the Noble Peacock foil to make it kind of look like it's an underwater, and little rhinestones, they look like little bubbles floating up. This is by Sherry Roth. Let's see what else we have. And then here's a pretty one that's by Laura Bartow. That band together, and then she used the scripty and she stamped on the scripty before she ran it through the embossing and then sponged over it, so it kind of has a multi-pattern look. Really should have taken them out of the cellophane. Let's see, let's do two more. This one's fun. Lori Heiling, and again, I love the recessed window, but it has this little gentleman, happy retirement, on the golf course. Super cute. This one is Laura Borchert. I don't know how to say it. Pretty birthday card. And then this one, it's a punny little card. Funny little card. I will walrus be your friend. And I love how they just use some of the paper. Can't remember what paper that's from, but yeah, sorry about that. I should have taken them out of the cellophane. Kind of hard to see. Anyway, you get an idea of some of the fun swaps. If you're here in the Fort Wayne area, when you're here next time, you will see those up on display in my Too Cool studio. And like I mentioned, I'll have several of those that I blog about just because they're awesome. And if I don't blog about them, I'll at least, I'm going to start putting some of them on my Too Cool Stamping VIP group page. So if you're not a member of the VIP group, all you got to do is search for Too Cool Stamping VIP and ask to join that group. It does require approval, but I'm going to approve you. Duh. So, but that's the type of place that I would put some extra swaps to give you some extra inspiration for some of the new sets in our catalog. Okay, everybody. Oh, I see. Hi, Marjorie. How are you? Good to see you. Pam is here. All right. I'm going to sign off for today. I will be back Facebook Living tomorrow at 9 a.m. My regular class that I do every Thursday. So please join me. We'll be on my Too Cool Stamping Facebook page. And we'll have 2 cool projects that we're going to be doing for our class. So join me tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.